All right, let's dive into this. You ever have one of those days where you feel like you're just pushing against a locked door? One day everything just flows, and the next, it's a total roadblock. Well, what if I told you that in any given moment, you're actually facing one of 8 invisible gateways?
Yeah, some of these doors, they just swing wide open, leading you right to success and opportunity. And others, they slam shut, signaling obstacles, maybe even endings. Now, this isn't just a metaphor. It's a core concept in an ancient Chinese art of strategic timing called qi men dun jia, and you can think of it like a cosmic weather forecast for your actions.
So imagine this. What if you had a map that literally showed you which door to use for, say, a job interview, or a business launch, or even just a difficult conversation? This isn't about predicting the future. Not at all. It's about choosing the most favorable path that's available to you right here, right now.
So, in Qi-men, these gateways are what we call the 8 doors. Each and every door represents a different kind of energy, a different potential outcome, and they're constantly shifting through different areas of your life. Learning to read them is, well, it's like learning to read that energetic weather forecast for whatever you're about to do.
And here it is. This is our master key for this whole explainer. The 8 doors, all the way from the super auspicious open door to the really challenging death door. Think of this as the legend for your map. And hey, don't worry about memorizing it all right now. We're going to break down the most important ones one by one. Let's start with the good stuff, right? The expressways to success. These are the 3 doors that basically act as a universal green light, signaling that the energy is totally on your side. When you see one of these pop up, it's generally a fantastic time to take action.
First up is the superstar, the open door, or Kaimen. This is, hands down, the most auspicious door of them all. If you're launching a business, signing a big contract, or starting anything new and important, you absolutely want the open door on your side. It signifies a clear, unimpeded path forward. It's a big green light.
The other 2 really favorable doors are the rest door and the life door. The rest door, that's perfect for strategic planning, for networking, or just recharging your batteries. You can think of it as productive downtime. The life door, on the other hand, is all about growth, creation, and generating wealth. It's got the energy of a brand new seed just sprouting. So just remember, one is for planning, the other is for planting.
Okay, so we've seen the green lights. Now let's totally shift gears and talk about the red lights. These are the doors that signal caution, obstacles, and potential challenges. And honestly, knowing when to stop is just as important as knowing when to go.
The most infamous one, of course, is the death door, or Qi-men. Now, don't let the name freak you out too much, but it does represent endings, stagnation, major obstacles. As a general rule, you really want to avoid starting anything important under this door. We're talking no surgeries, no major travel, no critical meetings if you can possibly help it.
But, and this is where it gets really interesting, this is what shows the true nuance of the whole system. The death door actually has a very specific, very powerful purpose. It's the absolute best door for ending things. So, you want to quit a bad habit? Leave a toxic relationship? The death door provides the perfect energy for that closure, for that finality.
And the other challenging doors have this same kind of duality. Take the injury door. It's linked to conflict, so you'd avoid it for a peaceful negotiation for sure. But for competitive sports, it can actually give you that aggressive edge you need. And it's the same with the obstruction door. It blocks things, which is terrible for a product launch, but it's perfect for secret research or working on a project behind the scenes. See how that works?
Okay, let's get to the final 2 doors. These aren't inherently good or bad. They're more like yellow lights. Their outcome depends entirely on what you're trying to do and the context of the situation. You just have to proceed with awareness. So you have the view door, which is all about visibility. It's fantastic for marketing, giving a presentation, anything where you want to be seen and heard. But for a private, confidential meeting, it's the worst choice you could make. Then there's the shock door. It brings surprises and sudden changes. Now, this could be a sudden opportunity, or it could be a sudden problem. It's unpredictable. You really have to look at the other factors in the chart to get a feel for its nature.
So now that we kind of know what the doors mean, how do we actually use this stuff, right? How do you find out which door is active for you at any given time? Let's walk through how you can turn this knowledge into a really practical tool.
It's actually a pretty simple 3-step process. First, you just generate a Qi-men chart for a specific date and time, and you can find online calculators for this super easily. The chart is a 3x3 grid, and it represents 9 areas of your life we call palaces. Second, you scan these 9 palaces to see which of the 8 doors has landed in each one.
And third, you pinpoint 3 key locations. Where's the best energy? The open door. Where's the worst? The death door. And what door is influencing you personally?
Let's make this super real with an example, okay? Say you pull a chart for this afternoon. Remember, that chart has a palace for different life areas. If you see the open door has landed in the palace that represents your wealth, well, that's a huge green light for any financial activities. But if you see the death door sitting in your career palace, that's a crystal clear signal to just lay low and probably avoid making any big career decisions during that time.
So, you see, the big takeaway here is this. By understanding the 8 doors, your timing transforms from something that's just left to chance into a real strategic choice. You gain this ability to align your actions with the most supportive energy available and, just as importantly, to sidestep energy that might be working against you.
And that is the fundamental power of the 8 doors. It gives you a map to the energetic landscape of any given moment. So the only question left is, now that you have the map, where are you going to go?